the sand, my man, as the covers open, me and my camera and the sword. I start stowing, cold as stone, with my roots and precious sound ready to grow. Will summon to weather the call of the old timers and set my voice was heard. On the day, recall the game of men we set together and present against all. We on the Edgar, we want to be free from random wrong. But then we remain the better of like nightmare. We serve to the king through and low. You're gonna right with me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're tuning into the Barbarian Brunch. This is episode 5. We got a lot of barbaric topics to go over today. We're also going to have a special guest on, Dr. Masque. Mark, he's going to be talking about his badass new Poe book he's got over on Kickstarter. So let's go ahead and introduce you guys to our co-host for the brunch. Mark, hey, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by, bro. Oh, hey. Great, man. I just got off work. How you doing?
Yeah, living the dream,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Just got done with the day job too, so
Cool, man. And you got your book up on Kickstarter right now. I got a link in the description so you guys could check that out. And
it's plugging along.
We'll be talking about that here in a bit too. Yesterday the new Primal episode dropped. Looks like the season's going to be coming to an end pretty soon. It was episode 7. Looks like we're going to have probably 3 more episodes. I don't know how many they're going to do, but I got a little bit of that right now I could show you guys. Let's see here. 1 second. I wanted to kind of go over that because in this right here we have Spear, and for those of you guys that don't know, Spear is he's a zombie now. And he's basically trying to come to terms with that. He's starting to have visions. So we're going to get into that real quick. And for those of you that don't know, I talked about it before. This season, he's kind of got what Peter had in Office Space, where he gets hypnotized and the hypnotist dies. So he's stuck in this hypnosis throughout the whole movie of Office Space. Well, in here, the sorcerer puts a spell on his corpse, and he gets Minecrafted in Primal. He gets murked, and now he's stuck a zombie, and his brain is still working. So there's still mental fragments, and now it's starting to snap. He's starting to basically figure out who he is now. And in this episode, there's a little bit of the Frankenstein's monster thing going on, where the whole village is trying to attack him. They're literally, they're putting spears through him, just going to town on him. And they chased him out of town with the pitchforks and the maybe the swords, and the stones and the clubs,
Spears, yeah.
Yeah, and the spears. And this is where he came upon this waterfall. Love the design. I still love the design. He really became an iconoclast as this show came on. This version and the old one, with just the hand being exposed like that, very Wolverine-like. Like a Savage Land Wolverine. Real quick, I don't know if this was from the other day. I apologize, guys. I flaked out on the last Tuesday show. But yeah, we're here now. But thanks, Saboteur, if you're there. And we got Dr. Masque right there. He's right here. And then, yeah, I'll show you a little bit more of this. And and the whole time she's just not having it. She is not having it. Even her kids, the cubs, are coming up to him and sniffing him like, "Hey, come on, let's go. This is good old Spear." You know,
Yeah.
she's like, "Fuck that. You're dead, dude. You're dead. Like, I'm not. You're not gonna. You know, you're not gonna. I'm not your Batmobile no more. You're not gonna ride. You know, I'm not the Bat bike of the primal age. You're not gonna ride me around. You know." And just thinking about this episode, it was brutal. It was primal. I felt like, it's not as primal as the other ones, but this one, it rips your fucking heart out because he finally gets to like know who he is for sure. And what everybody does to him in the village, you know, they just, you know, it's horrible. So yeah, it's primal on that level. He is taking all the primal rage from everything else, you know. But yeah, that's basically. I didn't want to show too much. I want you guys to go out and watch that show. Like, I literally got HBO just for that show, and as soon as it's done, I'm gonna cancel it probably because there's really nothing. You know, that's what I watch, man. That's my favorite show, like hands down. I watch that, like that and Ash versus Evil Dead. I love that show. Dexter's good too, and there's a bunch of shows, but those are, yeah.
I have not seen the Ash and the Evil Dead one, and I hadn't seen this either until you mentioned it. And I'm like, well, I should go out and check it out. And you know, thanks for introducing me to it, because I mean, in the wasteland of entertainment we have now, that's definitely something worth watching. You know, so I said before we came on, I watched the last 2 episodes because I'm like, I can't watch them all before the show, you know. So, and it just, yeah, amazing stuff. I mean, and it's the type of entertainment you have to be engaged in. You know, you can't because there's so much nuance and you know, going on, and the way they communicate, the way they tell the stories. You know, it's just, yeah, it's really, really well done.
Yeah, he would do a killer Conan cartoon. You know, like a lot of people were talking about that in the Conan community. I've been saying it, and I've been saying that this is Conan of our era. You know, yeah. I mean, no one's ever going to top, you know, Conan, but I mean, you know, this show. That's what I like about it. I like knocking back a tumbler of whiskey and watching it. I usually pass out like the first 10 minutes in. It's 20 minutes, and then I'll go back and rewatch it. You know, because it always starts out nice and chill. You know what I mean? And then bam, about 11 minutes in, it's when it hits you. But by that, I'm like, because it's always like after work. But
yeah, some of the stuff is brutal. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
oh man, it's primal.
Yeah, the previous episode where they had like I don't know what those creatures were that were capturing the people from the village and throwing them in a pit and then eating them, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, those pig dogs. They look like the pig dogs from Willow. Like, and then there was the old one. Like that was cool. That was like a 2-parter. Yeah, I really dug that, man. And his wife, that's his wife in there. She got the baby. You know.
Yeah, that was crazy, but and that's like coming from somebody that's coming in the middle of the story too. So I had no idea of half the stuff. But when I first started watching it, the only thing I could compare it to was Samurai Jack. You know,
it's the same dude too, right?
Is it okay? I didn't even realize that. So yeah.
I never watched Samurai Jack. You know, the only thing I watched on Adult Swim back in the day was Metalocalypse. You know.
Okay. But I watched my share of the episodes. And they were always good. I mean, I wasn't like a diehard Samurai Jack fan, but every episode I watched, I'm like, it was good stuff, you know.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. There's also a really cool comic book that came out. We had like this like desert of time when there was no Conan comics being put out. As far as I know, like in the mainstream, I'm sure there was stuff, but it wasn't really, you know, hitting that zeitgeist. It was this book called Headlopper. And it was like a cross between Hellboy and Conan, and the art style was very stylized, and I dug it. The guy would do the book all by himself. He would write it, well, not all by himself, but he would write it and illustrate it. And I think he flattened it, and then or someone would flat it for him, right? And he would do 60 pages every quarter. So you get a few books a year from him. Wow. And I thought that was inspirational, like for like even like an indie guy, you know. But he's coming out with the new one pretty soon. His name's Andrew McLean, and I'll show you guys this. They had this treatment for a Headlopper cartoon, and he's definitely a barbarian, and he deserves to be on this show. So I saw this on Twitter yesterday, and it really really got me excited. And I didn't even know he had a YouTube channel because he has a company called Laser Wolf Attack. But let me show you this, guys. This is Headlopper animated. It was something that was going to happen, but it never did. This is like a little teaser, so, but it's super metal and badass. All right, here we go. Looks like he's inside of a mine right here. He's running around doing his business. That kind of reminds me of Hellboy. He has this head of a witch that he carries around called Agatha. His name is Norgal, pretty much. He's like got that black metal name, and she's always talking shit. And I always thought like this would be great for animation. Love the sound effects right there. So comic booky. And from what I understand, this isn't AI, so I just love it even more.
Great. She's a hilarious character. She pops up. They have these book in hardback too. I gotta go and just kind of go back and revisit them. I want to collect them all, man. Oh, that's gross, man. What does she got in there? She's got the plant, right?
Oh. In the comic, when he's running around, he just has like a little this little line for like his eyes and his mouth, and they incorporated this into the animation. I love it. So fucking metal. And I love that he's like an old weathered barbarian, man. That's so cool. I always dug that about the character. Usually you get the younger dude. Yeah, man. I think like just what we saw before, like they could end it right here, but they keep going, man. They keep giving us a big run. Look at that shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
I love the metal that they put in there too. They didn't have to do that, and they did it. And there's the eyes, right? The mouth.
Yep.
When you're reading the book, first time I read it, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And he does really good like action sequences in the books, and he'll put the arrows in there too, kind of like Buscema would, like where the action's going. But he does it like he owns it. He doesn't give a fuck. He puts it in there, and the fight choreography is outstanding. But the art, it's very stylized. It's kind of simple in some ways, but it's perfect for what it is, and it really just kind of gets you invested in the story. And there it is, guys. Yeah, Headlopper. Go check out Headlopper. They're all out there in hardbacks now. I think there's 4 of them. So everyone that's into sword and sorcery and like Barbarian, you're gonna fucking love it. And with Hellboy, everyone I know instantly becomes a fan. You know, and it's just like, damn, oh wow, that's brilliant. You know.
Why don't we have that, right?
Well, it makes me think too, just like the way I don't know, you know, people like Mignola and stuff, they'll draw kind of simplistic, stylistic stuff, you know, and then you try to do it, and it doesn't do it. So you're like, well, it ain't that simple, is it? And then but the way he could put him out too, like, and it's just, man, it made me think of the Beastmaster a lot too when I was reading it. I love that movie. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say you're talking about making simple drawings, and like people will look at like Charles Schultz doing peanuts, you know, and like, oh, it's
Yeah.
just a couple of circles, boom, boom, and then you try to
Right.
do it and forget it, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
like drawing Snoopy is not easy, you know.
No, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Same thing about Mignola too. Like I have a book on like the art of Mignola, and he talks about like a bunch of pages that he tries to set up, and he has to. It's all about subtracting and redoing it, this concept and composition and the lighting. It's all about where the you know the blackening is going to be. It's a lot of work, you know, that he puts into it before he even draws it, and having the right shape language that's in there too, because everything he has is so clunky. I love Hellboy. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy that too. What was the name of the book? Do you remember?
Which one?
The book you were talking about, like on his process.
Oh, I believe it's just called The Art of Mike Mignola.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy to remember.
I'll try to grab it next time and bring it up on stream. I'll try to do it tonight or next Barbarian lunch just to say, hey man, and you could maybe I'll take a picture or I don't know on Twitter or something. But I had that one when it came out, and I also got The Art of Hellboy the movie because I remember they both kind of came around the same time. And oh man, I love that Hellboy movie. It's so good.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen that one, and I don't know how many was there total. 3.
There was 2 by Guillermo del Toro. There was one by Neil Marshall. That was kind of like, and David Harbour played him. So it's and then they made the new one with Jack Kesey. I like them all. Okay. They're all a little different. They all have different things, but obviously, but I guess at the end of the day, after everything kind of the dust settles, I like the Guillermo del Toro one a lot. The first one, that's my favorite, and then I like the second one, and the third one. Well, the third one I didn't like. I like it for different reasons. I think it's got some pretty cool like monsters and stuff like that, and little nods to the comic and really nods to the whole Mignolaverse. But the storyline, I think that they picked to reboot the universe was not the correct one. They picked the last storyline where he reveals that he's King Arthur's heir. That's not really something we need to know about, really. Yeah. They probably should have just picked it up with Wake the Devil, I think, which is the second kind of big story with the vampire, and I think they could have done a lot with that and kind of move some stuff around because it's a movie. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. I wouldn't want it to be really, or
right.
Do a TV show maybe,
Yeah,
but the new one was good though. The low budget new one, I recommend that because they just took they took.
I think I've seen the first 2, but I know I didn't see the third one.
Yeah, the third one was just like kind of I don't know, a little. It just wasn't. It was. I don't know. It had a cool thing. It had like these cool like demons coming up at the end, very very Clive Barker-esque, and cool characters from the comics. I thought David Harbour was cool. I like the design of Hellboy. I think he looks cooler with the hair. He looks more like more barbaric and instead of the samurai ponytail is cool. That's iconic in him. But I thought he looked dope with the hair. And some of the fights were cool. It had what's his name from Wings, that old show Wings from the 90s.
Yeah, I remember the show.
The guy plays Sandman. He plays Lobster Johnson in the credits in the end scene. He was perfect.
Okay, cool.
But the lot of like tweaking around, I guess. And the director is awesome. I love his movies. I could tell though, like they just weren't really seeing eye to eye, so it just didn't. And the story, but the new one, the Crooked Man, I recommend that. A lot of people, it's like 50-50 on it. It's a younger Hellboy, so and it's just one story. Richard Corbin. It's based on the Richard Corbin story that he did for Mike Mignola.
Okay,
it's
awesome.
Appalachian witch hunting story.
Yeah, Corbin's awesome.
Yeah,
amazing stuff. Yeah.
Some say his story was the scariest. I know. I don't have to tell you about Corbin. You're I'm sure you're a big fan, right?
Yeah. I just picked up. I didn't know they existed, but I have the Edgar Allan Poe ones that he did. But I picked up oh my Lord, it's been a rough week. The H.P. Lovecraft ones.
Oh, okay.
He did like a 3-issue series of them as well. So I picked those up. I'm like, I haven't had a chance to check them out yet. But Lovecraft is another one that I kind of knew about, but I didn't actually start delving into his stories until like maybe the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, I didn't know about Lovecraft till I watched Hellboy.
Okay, there you go.
I heard the name and stuff like that, but like when Hellboy came, that was like a few years ago. Then I heard about it through Mignola. I learned about Hellboy. I had seen one statue of Hellboy, so I knew I vaguely knew who the character was, and it was at the comic store. It was a Bowen statue where he's punching the ground. and he's kind of
Yep.
oh, it's just I don't know if you remember it, but
Yep, I do.
like,
I
that's
do.
cool. That's cool. Whoever that is, but I never, And then I remember Blade
I got
2.
a few bones back here.
Oh, really? Hell
And
yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Blade 2 kind of went to that, and then Guillermo del Toro. I love Blade 2. I was obsessed with that movie when it came out. I thought it was like at the time the best movie I've ever had, one of the best movies I'd ever seen. And then he was talking about Hellboy, and then they had a Hellboy website for the movie, and then I was on there and I learned about everything Hellboy. And he would go on there and talk to people. It was cool, man. He would chat it up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I miss those days, kind of like movie message boards,
Yeah, I met Mignola. I'm trying to think if I met him after that either, but in the early 90s, I think it was 1994. I was a comic book dealer, and I didn't have a store, but I would just do conventions. So me and my partner, my friend from school, we would go out, and just travel around and do different comic shows and stuff. And but if you had a diamond account at the time, they would, you could go in for this retailer convention, and they would have like all these like seminars and stuff, and then they had different creators there, and then they would give away stuff at the end. And he happened to be one of the creators that was there, so I honestly, I don't remember the conversation we had. I got a couple of things signed by him. One of them was it was a red foil Dracula.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I can't, it was, which I've since gotten graded, was Death in the Family. A couple of issues of Death in the Family he signed. And so, yeah.
That's awesome.
But
yeah, I loved his work, like during that era, like right when he started Hellboy, like the first, like I like all of his art, but I really like my favorite, because artists change their style, and they should, they should never they should do whatever the fuck they want. But I like, for me, my favorite peak, I hate that word, but whatever. Peak Mignola was right when he started Seed of Destruction and Wake the Devil and the Chain Coffin, like those first three. Oh man, and like Gotham Gaslight.
It's good stuff.
And then he did obviously the storyboards for Dracula, and then he did the Dracula comics through top. So I love that. I got the black and white exercise graphic novel. I got to do a video of that. I had it on my list to do a review of that like for 2 years now, but I never. I'm gonna do it though. It's gonna happen.
You must like Kelly Jones too, if you like Mignola.
Yeah, I've had Kelly Jones on here a couple of times.
Awesome.
Matt Wagner, we interviewed them about their Dracula. I don't know if you read his Dracula, but
yeah, their book's amazing. Yeah,
so good.
Love it.
I'm gonna try to get him on here again for the final book.
I'd love to get him to do a cover for me, but I don't think I can afford it.
Yeah,
it'd be my whole budget.
Kind of pricey, but it's a Kelly Jones piece. You know what I mean? Like, if you can, that would be kind of cool. Like, there's some people I want to get to work with too. And like, it's a lot of money, but it's like, maybe I'll eat tuna for a month, and I'll have a Kelly Jones cover, you know what I mean, or something. I don't know, or a couple months.
Yeah,
like that's fact, like I handled that, and I got my cover.
One of the guys I reached out to, I reached out to him every way I could think of, and I haven't seen him at a convention. I saw him years ago at a Philadelphia convention. Is Tom Mandrake, and I always loved his Spectre run. And then the stuff he did with Batman and stuff. So I'd be like, yeah, boy, he'd be pretty awesome to have to do a cover. But I haven't been able to connect to him. I haven't given up, but we'll see.
I'm sure you will. You just got to keep pushing them. Yeah.
It's just like even people and like you kind of have a casual relationship. Like you send them a message and you don't know whether like through X or through Instagram or whatever. You just don't know. Are they looking at it? Do they even know how to check the message? I mean, I don't know.
Well, like for me, I used to like half of my messages they pop up on my phone. Like I do everything on my phone mostly, right? Mm-hmm. And half of them, I would say probably maybe a quarter of them pop up. Like you get this new little like kind of caption bubble, at least on your phone, when someone sends you a DM on X, and I don't even get half of them. So I go in there and I check them whenever I can, because like, dude, I didn't get no notifications for none of these, So I'm like thinking about all the people that I DM. Like I got DMs that are like weeks old, and then people will respond to me. I'm like, oh shit, I've already like made plans and kind of I thought they were ignoring me, and it's like they might have been ignoring me, But now I know how to know if now I know how to check if they at least seen it. You just hold down the thing really long and you hit info, and you can see if someone read your
Okay, I'll have to do that then.
This fool saw my DM, so I know it's tracking. So he either said fuck this guy, or he's busy, or he forgot about it. Because there's also that too. Like we're all busy, you know. Like and I used to be very like, for some reason I would be really like on it. Like I could remember stuff and remember things, you know, and I'd be like, how do people like forget that? Like, or why are people forgetting me? Or da-da-da-da. And now I'm one of those kind of guys where I got like a lot of stuff in my head and I can easily like forget things. It's like, oh, okay, that's how they were forgetting stuff, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna start. I feel
like I feel like when you're a creative person too, it's easy to get lost in thinking about stuff and not paying attention, you know.
It is, dude. And like I literally have like 8 worlds I'm in, you know, like just for me, you know. And then I'm working on other stuff, and I'm working on my campaign and things like that. And I just distracted, you know. And I think just society, we're really like kind of quick, you know. We gotta like kind of keep switching gears back and forth, I guess, or something.
Weird. I tell you the one thing I've been learning, because through this process I keep learning new things, you know. And I was learning this program called Scribus. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's kind of like a Microsoft Publisher alternate, you know. And so I'm using that to format my digital collection that I'm doing. And just sitting there doing that, it's not exciting, but it's kind of like raking sand, you know. It's kind of like calming, and it's like, you know, not really, can just kind of let your mind wander and, you know, whatever. So, you know, sometimes that stuff is all right to, you know, you don't have to be go all the time.
Yeah, you could clear your mind out. I just wanted to show these really quick. There's a gang. Like, this is the biggest for me. Like, my pull list is going to be huge tonight. And there's a bunch of Barbarian books coming out. It's the biggest of the year. The new Conan, that's my new storyline. We got this guy that's hunting him down. I love this art. It's Robert De La Torre. We got that cover. Jim Zub's writing it. Yeah. He's probably going to be on the book for another 2 or 3 years. Nice. Also, Infernal Hulk, I'm picking this up. I'm also picking up The Punisher. We're going to see how that is.
Is that Palmiotti?
Skinbreaker. There's another Barbarian book right here. I'm sorry, what was that?
Was it Palmiotti doing The Punisher? Is that the one
he's not doing that one? Oh, okay. He's doing he has his own run. There's one more issue left of that. It's I forget the name of it. It's called like Punisher. I think it's just Punisher Max. Then this is David Finch's book right here. Skinbreaker with the epic art of David Finch. I highly recommend that. This is really, really good too. And there's a couple more books in here too. A couple more Barbarian books. I was just looking at it like, oh my God, I'm gonna be, because I like to do reviews of the new stuff, man. I like to keep it current, you know. And there still is comics, man, out there that people, you know, they say that the stores, there's nothing in stores, you know. Or everything's woke, and you know, a lot of stuff is woke, but then also we got the Spawn the Dark Ages by Liam Sharp, which is epic. I love Liam Sharp's work. I'm loving what he's doing with this. This is issue number 3. Can't wait for that.
Cool cover.
This is a hard recommend on that. He just finished up a Conan the Barbarian story with Savage Sword. I think an issue before last, if I'm not mistaken. And what else do we got right here?
Who's doing Savage Sword?
There's another book too. It's the same company. There's just different writers and artists that are doing each. So, because it's an anthology still. Right. Then we got Barbaric. This book right here is pretty cool. Some of them are really good. I've been doing reviews on these too. This is about like the.
I think the origin. I read the they did a free comic book day. I actually read that. Yeah, there's quite a bit of swearing in that, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of swearing, like debauchery, like everything. It's pretty barbaric. Like, it lives up to the name. It's kind of like a little bit of Elric thrown in because he has an axe that drinks, and but for me, it's just kind of like a spoof on some ways. But then it's not, like, it kind of, I don't know, it like switches on the tongue in cheek here and there. But it's I think it's a good book. I recommend. There's a bunch of them though, so it's like some of them I like more than the others.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't regularly bought any books, like new stuff coming out in probably 4 or 5 years. I just kind of I've been buying, crowdfunded books and indie stuff, and I go back and buy back issues. Like I'll pick up,
So much.
yeah, I'll pick up like old Conans and stuff like that, and whatever. And I'm filling in my Batman stuff, but yeah,
That's what I'm doing right now, man. Like I want to go back and get all the old Savage Sword because Titan's putting out the hardcovers,
hmm
So, but then they're also putting out what it's called Reforged Savage Sword of Conan, where they take just seminal issues and then they color them, and then they'll put
okay,
them out for like $10 every 2 months. I'm not really
oh
touching
nice,
those because I want to get the collected ones first, because those are like 100. They come out there like $100 or $60 hardcover, and there's like going to
yeah,
be 15 of them or something like that. So I want to get all those, and then they also have all the old Marvel ones too, the old Marvel
yep,
Conans. So
yep,
those are
yeah.
good
There's a
on the
ton.
shelf.
So back in the day back in the day when I was a kid, and I discovered my first comic store,
Yeah,
um, my m- my mom always bought me comics when I was growing up. I always seemed to have comics around the house,
yeah,
and we found the first comic store, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so awesome, and I learned about a subscription and all that stuff, and then she ended up getting into Conan, and at one point she had an entire run of Conan up till like in the 90s or whatever, which she eventually sold off, but she had a copy of number one signed by Barry Smith when he was
oh
just
hell
Barry
yeah,
Smith before the Windsor was
the
in it.
Windsor,
So yeah,
yeah.
inside the book it was signed. Yeah, yeah. But what,
So we got your book right here up on the screen over on Kickstarter. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that, or you cool if I play the trailer first?
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, hit that.
Okay, let me got some beautiful artwork right here. Let me go ahead and turn that up. That was an awesome
not,
trailer. God, I love trailers, man.
not an
Some people,
AI trailer.
yeah. I just did a trailer too. Like I don't do trailers from, or it's you said it's not an AI trailer.
It's not an AI trailer, right? Yeah.
It's really not.
Pedro Ang,
Oh, he
and
did it.
yeah, he did the trailer for me. So
I would prefer like if because I did one trailer like the one in the beginning of the show I use because I'm about to do my campaign, but I'm like don't want to do AI. I just want to do basic kind of stuff, and I did another one too because this trailer that I just showed was too much. I guess too much action, so I had to do another one for Kickstarter. But
too
um,
much. Really? Okay,
hyper
that's
violent.
interesting.
My book
Oh,
is
okay.
got a lot of violence in it though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, But I
Huh.
love trailers, man. A lot of people are getting away from them. I'm never gonna stop. You know what I mean? Even if I don't do them, I'll pay someone. There's a lot of really good guys out there like Pedro and Von Klaus that make really great trailers.
Yep,
Um,
yep. Yeah, I went back and forth when I originally was thinking about the book, but I was like, you know what? I could probably throw something together, but it's going to look like I threw it together. So I'd rather
yeah,
have somebody that knows what they're doing do it. So yeah,
hundred
he did
percent.
an awesome job on it.
Yeah, it looks great, and it'll always be there.
Yep, yep.
So I don't know if
Yeah.
you want to
So
talk about it a little bit
yeah,
about the book.
so the premise is that Dr. Mass is basically the host. He's kind of, I like to say, he's like the mysterious traveler. A lot of
Mhm.
people don't know who the mysterious traveler are, so kind of like the crypt keeper or whatever. And
Yeah,
he introduces the book, he closes out the book, and that's like sequential art that Christian Rossi did. And then the rest of the book is uh, scenes from different Edgar Allan Poe stories done by different artists. And it'll have a page of text and a page of art. And I I didn't want to do like a straight up adaptation because I feel like they've been done to death. And I didn't want to do, my main thing was I want this to be Poe's work, how it was, how he originally did it, and not some modern nonsense. So, so that's how that all came about, and then as time went on, things, my drive for why I wanted to do the book maybe changed a little bit. And it's been funny because as I've done a lot of YouTube shows and talked to a lot of people, I've found that, people maybe don't know Poe as much as I thought everybody knew Poe. So, so it's been fun to like bring that to people and to help. One of the things that drove me too was my son, who's in high school, has not read any Poe in
Yeah.
school. So
That's
I'm
crazy.
like,
No,
yeah,
so hard. That's the first one, like they made us watch the video, like the black and white movie, that was the
yeah,
first, that and the Raven, those two,
yeah. And I'm just like, I can't believe this, So he probably wouldn't even know who Edgar Allan Poe was if it wasn't for me, So
I got to ask you a question before I forget.
yep.
John Cusack, the Raven, what did you think about it?
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah.
I don't remember having a bad impression about it,
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most, not one of the most, it's a very interesting thing about Poe is his death,
Yeah.
and they don't really know exactly what they have theories about what possibly happened to him, but they just found him on that park bench, dead, almost dead, and then he died a few days later. But yeah, I really have to rewatch it again to give you an opinion about it.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy movie. I thought it was pretty creative,
Yeah,
like to make a movie kind of like that,
The time I saw it, I was because I grew up in the 80s and like I saw a lot of 80s movies, and Cusack was like kind of like my guy, like
Yeah.
I loved all of his movies. So
Better Off Dead, man. That was my movie.
Better
that
Off
was
Dead
my
was
movie.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
And
And One Crazy Summer and The Sure
he's a
Thing.
cartoonist,
And
a cartoonist, so it's like you'll relate to him, especially in high school. Better Off Dead. That to me, that's his magnum opus. A lot of people like the one with the boombox and shit, but like nah.
yeah.
Better Off Dead, bro. A lot of people don't even know about that. And like, let me put you up as a game, man. You watch Better Off Dead, $2 cash.
I should talk my son into watching that one.
So good.
I've actually I had to make a deal with him to he's gonna watch Saint Almost Fire with me. He's never
Oh
seen that one.
yeah.
So
Those movies, The Breakfast Club, that was a great one too. Growing up, I like that one. 16 Candles was funny too.
That's my all-time Breakfast Club is my all-time watched movie. So I've probably seen it about 40 sometimes. So
it's like I want to go to Saturday school, but it's like that, right?
Yeah.
Pretty funny. You got a Preston Azevedo right here. You got my homie's art right there, huh? For the
Yep. And the original is available on the campaign. This is Jim Whiting. He helped me a lot with the book as far as laying it out, doing graphic design on it, and then he did that piece for me as well.
Maybe we'll just start with at the top if that's okay. We can go through all the art.
Yep.
So
Ricardo Jaime did that one.
Oh yeah.
He did an interior piece. He did Fall of the House of Usher. And once I saw it, I'm like, you need to do a cover because it was so good. I can't wait till people actually see the interior one as well.
That's awesome.
And then Greg Murray did this cover, a homage to Midnight Number 1. And I just had him put
right
Dr. Masque. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I just had him put Dr. Masque in there. And to me, that original cover just screams Poe. So
it looks great. Looks great. Character with the red,
Yeah, and Dan Kemp did the colors on that one. Yeah, Dave Kemp did all the interior reds.
Nice.
Because the book is in black, white, and red.
I love it. Yeah. Love those colors.
So he did all the interior reds. And then, like I said, Dan did the one cover, the homage cover, and Ricardo did his own colors on that cover. So
nice.
And there's some of the Christian Rossi interiors.
Love Christian Rossi's work, and what I love about his work is he reminds me of Mignola, like Peak Mignola. When I was talking earlier, he reminds me of that time when he was doing like Gotham by Gaslight and Seed of Destruction. Like obviously he has his own style, Christian, but that's it always reminds me.
Yeah, I when I knew I had written the scene before that, but I was thinking about him, and I'm like, man, if I can get him drawing some stuff in the rain, I'm gonna be happy. So
Did you ever read the artwork? Did you ever get what was it? Ed Gein Demon Hunter? That was a good
yeah,
book. That
yeah.
was great, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I ended up getting the digital. I got the first 2 issues, I think, and then I ended up getting
Yeah.
the digital because the shipping was so insane, so
Yeah, dude. Do you have digital on this campaign?
I do. Yep.
Okay, well,
$6
we'll talk
for
about that.
digital.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's a great
yeah,
price. So we got
yeah.
this right here. We got
We got
Alexei Gore.
Robert
Oh, Alexei Gorboot, huh? I
yeah,
love his work. Oh, he does
yeah,
all the sword and sorcery stuff in his
yeah,
coloring
and I said
palette.
it's
Sick.
I was like, it's not a far jump to, like, say, the, 1700s, so
Nah, well, I mean, it's kind of pulpy, you know what I mean? Just like when Primal jumps to the 1700s to do that episode on season 2, you know what I mean? Like those distinguished Victorian gentleman hunters were like, oh, this is we're not primal beasts, man, But like to me, it's similar. Like, and I think with black and white lends itself to the genres of well, anything really, man. Like if you look at manga, they can really do it. But for like American comics, horror, sword and sorcery, and
Mhm.
hard boiled, I think in Victorian era, like those, anything though, really doesn't matter.
Yeah. The previous one was Robert Geronimo, who does Blood Realm.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, like got a buddy. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's been on the show before. Blood Realm with his color palette, black, white, and red. I love
Mm.
that. Cannot go wrong with that. I wanted to make a black, white, and green book.
There you go.
It's gonna be a St. Patrick Snake Slayer one day.
Nice. That
So
makes sense.
we got Peter
Uh,
Gilmore right there, the Pit and the Pendulum. I love
Yep.
that. I love that story, man. The have you seen the Vincent Price one?
I
The Hammer one.
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep.
Love that movie.
I've seen most of those, I still find stuff that surprises me, but yeah.
Good.
Yeah, Peter actually picked that one. He was like one of the early ones I reached out to. I'm like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. Is there any Poe book you'd like to do?" I think he mentioned one, and he was just like, "But I don't want to do that because Bernie Wrightson did it." so, he's like, so he picked the Pit and the Pendulum.
Yeah.
Anthony Pugh was a guy that I met at an independent Comic Con, and he has some really cool art. So I bought a piece of his art, and then I reached out to him. And
Nice.
this is one of my favorite Poe stories, so I knew I wanted to have it in the book. So
You got Ricardo Jaime right here for the Fall of the
yeah,
House of Usher. Did you
yeah.
see the Netflix TV show? Have you seen that one?
No, no.
I didn't check it out. It looks like a modern adaptation. You got to be careful with the Netflix shit sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. It's when
Whoa.
yeah, yeah. The first thing I thought of was like Kindred the Embraced, if you remember that old show. But
Oh, it's news to me.
Kevin Conrad.
Oh no, I don't remember it.
No, yeah, you have to check it out.
I have to check that out. This is Kevin Conrad right here with the guy.
Yeah. He picked this story as well. I let him like, hey, go find whatever you want to do. So there was definitely hard and fast things that I wanted in this book, and the others it was kind of fluid. I'm like, there was a couple of people that wanted to do the Raven. I'm like, well, I'm not doing the Raven. So
Go back his book, guys. Go back it.
Yeah.
It's only got a little bit of time left. So and then you got another got Brian Baugh. Brian Baugh is also another genius. I love his Wolf and Batsy. I have to review those books someday. I just love those books. They're so good. So good. I cannot recommend those enough. Because I read a lot of them and I'm like, damn, I gotta review these, bro. Like no one everyone needs like these are fucking so good,
Are you familiar with the story Murders in the Rue Morgue or
no. I mean I know the title. I mean I know the Iron Maiden song. I've heard the cover by In Flames. It's great, but I never got around to actually reading it, to be honest with you.
Okay. Once you see the artwork, you'll know why I picked him to do this one. But
and I probably know the story if you start talking about it. Like there's probably like something in my head that'll click,
Yeah. They find these two women in a flat murdered. It's like the original locked door kind of mystery, and they can't figure out how they got killed.
I love
and
that
then
stuff, dude. I
that's
love
that
the
was
mystery.
I don't know if that one was written first. I'd have to go and look, but Poe is looked at as the father of the detective story. So um
Hmm.
so I think he wrote three with his detective in it, but kind of like the archetype for uh Sherlock
Sherlock.
Holmes. Yeah. So
That's cool. I didn't know that.
yeah.
Put me up on game. You got a
Richie Acosta, who he's done a bunch of stuff for some indie creators. He actually did a cover of Daredevil that's pretty iconic. Um, I met him. He was at another creator's table talking to him about um, whether, basically trying to see if he could get some work or whatever. And I looked
yeah,
through his portfolio and I'm like, this guy's amazing. How come this
yeah.
guy isn't doing more? So I got him to do a piece for me. And the original's on here, the original pencils you can buy.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
he has it digitally inked. So
That's
there is
cool.
no inked version.
That's cool. That's a good way to do it. You got Elliot right here.
Yeah.
Elliot's just solid artist.
Yeah.
That's the main, the host of the book, your crypt keeper, if you will. I don't want to say
Yep.
it, but I'm gonna say it.
That's all right.
It's just because that's what people know. That's what people know.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
they don't know like the gate, like all the other ones. A lot of the time.
Yeah.
But I love them all.
Yeah. So
who designed this? Did he design it, or did you have who designed them?
I designed it with Luke Stone. Like I
Oh,
had
okay.
a kind of general idea. Luke brought it to reality because I can't draw my way out of a wet paper bag. So
Saboteur, brother, how you doing?
and so this is what we ended up on. When Christian drew them, I made some kind of changes to the colors and to some of the look.
Yeah, it's
because
important. Yeah.
Christian's just amazing. So
Oh yeah.
So
he's great.
Yeah, but yeah. So I wanted a promo piece,
Yeah.
something to like advertise the character, and he did that. But I liked it so much, it's going to be the back cover of the comic as well.
Really?
So
I love this Fund My Comic shirt right here.
yeah,
I got to do one of those too, man. Hopefully, I can bring my next book over to Fund My Comic.
I'm like Christian, what would you charge me to do this? And he tells me, and I'm like, okay. So he sends it back. I'm like, how about you switch out the Fund My Comic logo for a book with Edgar Allan Poe on it? He's like, yeah, okay. So that's
right.
it. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's great, and I love it. He always picks, just like Mignola, man. He picks the right freaking lines.
Yeah, and those are his colors too. So he does great colors.
And then here's all the different
that's
colors.
the all-in-one bundle.
Nice.
And you can buy sketch cards or whatever character you want from Kevin Conrad.
Oh hell yeah!
They'll be black and white. And if they require some kind of color, he'll add color. Like Kiss really doesn't need color, So
yeah. Oh yeah.
White, so.
You got Alice right there.
Huh. Yeah, those are my personal cards that I have. So
so good.
I've got Kevin working on a series of Kiss cards for me. So
it's a real it's a real skill, like to do the cards. It's like the next level. You know who's really really good is Allan Alonso. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He goes by the Howl on social media. He did this one for Phil Diaz. It's a pop-up sketch card.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah,
he goes like that, and he pops up, and he's got the two guns. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's a genius, bro. He's always thinking of new shit. I think he did a bullet hole in the last one.
Nice.
So you poked a bunch of holes and then drew the bolt. It's just why didn't I think of that? It's good to have that like that scoop. Like I. Then you got right here. You got Jim Whiting.
Yeah, Jim Whiting. He decided to draw all the cards up. So those are the 10 that were available. The nice. One sold on the Fund My Comic. The Fund My Comic campaign fully funded now.
Oh, they did.
But that one sold. Nice, and you could still, if for some reason you don't like Kickstarter, you can still go to Fund My Comic and back. All you can get there is comics, digital comics, and T-shirts. So you can't get any of the original art there. But
you gotta get over here. Gotta get in.
So there's the first stretch goal, which is a mini print of the lake Jim Whiting's illustration with Jim Whiting's colors on it.
That's
So
beautiful.
it's a little bit different than what's in the book.
It reminds me, like I'm working on I'm not working on. I did a story with a similar idea, but not entirely. And I'm like, damn, I want to do a black, white, and red, but it's a black and white book, you know.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, because they charge you full color for.
They do, right?
Yeah. So it's like
yeah,
it's tough. Yeah.
I want to do black, like I was saying, black, white, and green, and I want to do like a leather bound. But you got to go to like Print Ninja to do all that, you know.
Yeah,
coming
that's
soon.
the next stretch goal if we make it. So, but
you got some tiers over here too. I think we kind of went over the tiers a little bit, but I'd like to just show them.
Yeah, if you hit
rewards.
if you hit the rewards, you can see them. But
let's see here,
it's basically there's an exclusive cover on here for Kickstarter, which is the Ricardo Jaime cover with no logo on it. So it's a virgin cover.
Yeah, that's a good cover. Yeah.
And there's also I didn't mention it, there's the newsprint one, which I actually have the proof right here. So we can
talk about
it later if you want to see it. But the newsprint ones I should have those within the next couple of weeks. So I'm printing 200 copies of the newsprint one, and then the regular comic will go to the printers.
I love newsprint, bro. If someone puts newsprint up on there, I'm just gonna buy it. Like they're just I like the way I like the tactile way that it is.
Yep.
The smell, the touch, the teeth on the paper, the smell. You know.
Yep.
It's you got to take better care of it, but comics are supposed to be used and abused. You know. Yep, I didn't like to hear that when I first started making them or picking them up. You know, they're supposed to roll them up and put them in your back pocket. Like, no, don't do that. You know, but no, you are. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, they're papyrus. You know? They're supposed to get abused and read, and I mean, you know, not ripped up, but it's supposed to be read. You know, we got to get back into reading comics again. You know.
So there's the all in. You'll save $13 by buying that, and you'll get that free. If you signed up for the campaign and back it, you'll get that Omer Glitch.
That's awesome.
Cover.
So you got an Omer Glitch piece right there. I could have sworn he did a piece for you too. And yeah, there it is. That's badass.
Yeah. I need to add a bigger picture of it onto the campaign. I just haven't. But
I like his style, man.
There's the original Masque of the Red Mask, the original Preston piece.
All right. Yeah, there we go. Price, 80.
Yeah. The other thing too with this artwork that Preston did is going to be the cover of a card game that I'm working on as well, called with the same name.
Ooh, nice! That's brilliant. Yeah, you guys could pick that up right there for $400, man.
$400, yeah.
That's awesome. And does this just come with the art? Or does it come with anything else? These tiers?
It's just the art.
Yep. Okay, that's cool, man. It's a good price.
I don't physically have the art for those two pieces. I have any like traditional original art. I have it other than those. And then I don't know if Christian did the Fund My Comic logo traditionally or digitally. I don't know if he does all the stuff there traditionally, but I actually bought the 2 pages he did for the book because I it's the first appearance of Dr. Masque. I definitely wanted to have them. So but they're amazing.
So you guys go check out this book. I have the link right there, so you guys can check it out. When you were growing up, man, who what got you into comics?
I just, as a kid, we always had comics around. But I would read any comic. It didn't matter what it was. You know, I had Spider-Man, I had Superman, I had Batman, I had Richie Rich, Archie. It didn't matter. I would read anything. And war comics. And then when I got old enough to go to the newsstand and stuff, then I would pick out stuff, you know. But yeah, I mean, I've just always been drawn. I think that's probably how I learned to read, you know, too, was, you know, reading a lot of, because that's mostly what I read. Yeah. I as a kid I used to like to buy books and then put them on the shelf and never read them. So
Ain't nothing wrong with
so
that.
I would,
Get around
but I
to
would
it.
read a lot of comics. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Who were some of your, like, as far as like literary influences, maybe in comics and books? Obviously Poe, right?
yeah. Poe is Ray Bradbury would be another one,
Nice.
which they're a lot different, but I mean, I think it's a lot of the short story stuff, like Robert E. Howard we talked about
Yeah,
earlier. Um,
that pulp,
I've
right?
been yeah. I've been reading some of that older pulp stuff. I met a guy at a show who was he sells like books and all this, things, and he had a big volume of Poe, and that I ended up buying. Not that I don't have multiple already, but I didn't have that one. And his father or his grandfather he had written pulps, and he
Mm,
had also worked with H.P. Lovecraft.
wow.
So they were like
Okay.
friends. So, and his grandmother actually wrote pulp stories too. So he
That's
sells
wild.
like little collections of their pulp stories. So I bought
Yeah.
a couple of those as well. I've been reading through those, and it's just, it's great stuff. I
Pulps are
mean,
great, man.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. So yeah, like you said, I get that feeling from this too. Um, but this book is done, and the only thing left to do is just to send it to the printers for the regular version.
Do
Um,
you have anything else planned with the character in here, or any of them
so
after this?
yeah, I already started working on the next volume of this, which is going to be Edgar Allan Poe's. I think I'm going to go with Edgar A. Poe, because if you see the shirt, that's how he signed his name, Edgar
Oh,
A.
okay.
Poe.
Yeah.
Because, not to get too much into the weeds, but he was he had a foster father. His foster father never adopted him. They never really got along. His foster father's name was Allan.
Mm,
Um, and they had a bad falling out. He ended up cutting him out of his will, even though he
horrible.
had a good amount of money. So he didn't really want to be associated with the Allan name. So he said Edgar A. Poe.
Yeah.
That's how he signed it. But years later, when he died, one of his uh, rivals or whatever happened to be in charge of, I guess, writing the obituary or something, and he ended up making it Edgar Allan Poe.
Uh,
and and I don't know if that was the last sticking to to Poe or
Probably
what.
a little bit, huh? You're right.
But
Uh,
yeah,
that's funny.
yeah. But it's interesting stuff. Um, but yeah, it's going to be Edgar A. Poe's "A Dream Within a Dream," which will be. I toyed with of possibly making it a different color set, like you were talking about, black, white, and green.
Yeah,
And
I mean, because it's Ireland, so I mean, I think that could work, but it might not. It might be stupid, but
yeah,
you know what I
and
mean?
I couldn't come up with a really good color, and
Mhm.
everybody seems to love the black, white, and red. So I think I'm going to just stick with the black, white, and red.
I mean, you can't
Um,
go wrong, like, because it kind of works. I think personally for Poe,
yeah,
for Poe.
and
Uh,
and
I
and
don't
the
know. I just
book,
think of like the Telltale Heart. I always when I'm
yeah,
thinking of Poe, I'm always thinking of that heart beating with blood
yeah,
gushing from it.
yeah,
You know, that
yeah,
should almost be like your logo or your comic logo or something. Some with that b- beating heart
yeah,
comics or something. Or bleeding or beating or something. Um,
right. So
yeah.
the plan is that's the next volume. It's going to focus more on the fantasy type stuff that Poe wrote, but there'll still be horror stories. Maybe the Telltale Heart will make it into that one. Um, but it'll also have more story, and it'll introduce more characters into this universe of Dr. Mask. Um, so instead of this one only has the first and last page, which are sequential things with Dr. Mask, I'm planning like 6 to 8 pages in the next volume of that. So you'll see a little more of what he does interacting with new characters and things like that. So,
Well, that's cool.
and then there's at least a third volume for that. And I'm hoping what I'll do is take whatever I've gathered through that and spin it off into something else. So,
Nice, nice, man. That's really awesome. Well, we've been going about an hour, man. You guys go check out this book. At least check out the page if you can. Share the link. If you
and,
can't back
and
it,
if,
let people know
yep. And
about it.
if some reason you're a Kickstarter hater, then it's still up there on Fund My Comic as well. So,
Yeah, there you go. Like me, I personally, I back everywhere. I'll back. I got Mary Boys. I've been buying those books on Indiegogo. I back on there. Back on Kickstarter for my comic. I'll go wherever. I'll go to Zoop. I don't care. I go where the book's at that I want. It really doesn't matter because these companies are all ran by similar type people. They don't really care, you know. And I don't care. I can't really do nothing about that, you know. Most of the world's kind of like that. So I just want my book, you know.
I hear you.
So, but Kickstarter, you know, they're the, you know, it's a big, you know, it's like Coca-Cola, you know, and everything else is like RC or Pepsi, you know. So you kind of gotta get out there on, you know, and try to hit it every single time if you can, I think.
Yep.
But that's good. You gotta offer it. Yeah, you gotta offer it everywhere. You know, I'm gonna try to get my book in as many places as possibly if I can, but we'll see how it goes. But you guys come and pick this book up if you can right now. I got the link. I'm gonna put it in the chat again so you guys can look at it right now. All right. And so you got that coming up. Is there any other project you got coming up, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, you can go to my website, which is basically a glorified mail sign up. You know, sign up for my mailing list, and I can tell you more stuff that's coming up. But I'm working on 2 games. I'm working on the next volume of this, a few other things, you know, writing wise and stuff. But yeah, I chuck full. You know, I feel like I've had all this stuff that I wanted to do, and now seemed like a good time to start doing it. And now it's just like it's been opened up and it's just flooding out. So
it's good. It's good that you do that. You gotta stay busy and keep busy and work on a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Try to prioritize the stuff that has to get put out, you know. Because life's
too
short, you know.
And if you get writer's block or whatever, whatever that is, or, you know, not interested in doing something, you can always pick up something else and do it, you know. So
like I'm burned out, like, and you're like, I'm kind of burned out on this story or this drawing or whatever. Time to go work on something else. There's that's why I always say work on a multitude of at least 3 things at once. If you're a writer, artist, work on 3 things. If you get writer's block, go jump in the shower. That always helps me. that or I go for a walk, and then I'll start kind of thinking of stuff. And there's a lot of things. Sometimes you just need to get out of the room and go walk around and let the blood flow.
I don't think I've gotten writer's block, but I have gotten, you get to a specific thing and you're like, how do I make this work? And it's just, sometimes it's just better to walk away and
just leave or put it down for a day or 2 and come back to it.
Yep.
I agree with that 100%. Well, shoot, man, thanks for coming on. Had a good show. Thanks everybody that's watching right now. The 4 of you guys, you're awesome. Gonna be doing a live stream tonight. I'm gonna be drawing, hopefully be doing the Man with No Strings, Zade's comic character versus Butch Cleaver, my horror character. So if you guys want, you can check that out. It'll be late night, probably 11. I don't know, probably 1 a.m. over there on the East Coast. But
you
guys go in there. You could give me a like or shut up Matt Burke or Bat Merc, whatever you want, or your art sucks, whatever. I'll take it. But thanks for stopping by, Mark. I hope you had a good time. I know I did.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks for introducing me to some new stuff too.
Yeah. Anytime, man. Where can people find you at, brother?
I'm on everything is pretty much Dr. Masque. I'm on X, where I post a comic book cover of the day. I'm on Instagram, where I have been posting like adult comics, which there's no nudity, but like old stuff from the 50s. And then I do have an eBay store. There's nothing there right now, but everything's under Dr. Masque, and drmasque.com is
you got to keep everything on brand, you know.
Yeah,
be everywhere.
Dr. Masque, drmasqueretro.com. So
I used to be Metal Movies and Brewskis, and I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. So I was like, I can't do Matt Burke because that's my name. I'll do Bat Merc. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And so
there you go.
I didn't think of the name either, but same logo everywhere. That way people could find it. You know?
Yeah, there you go. Because like when I came up with the whole thing started, the Dr. Masque thing started with a handle for the internet, you know, for YouTube and stuff. And that's where I ended up with Dr. Masque Retro Elixir. And I'm like, that's way too long. So I cut the elixir and I just stuck to Dr. Masque Retro. So
yeah, Dr. Masque is perfect. You know, it just hits him right in the face, you know?
Yep.
But yeah, man, thanks for stopping by. Go look for Dr. Masque. Anything else you want to say? Or you good, brother?
Nope. Get out there and read some comics.
Go read some comics. It's Wednesday, guys. You know what to do. I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys next time. Or tonight, maybe.